Good afternoon, everybody. So it is not something that we take lightly to move something like opening day. And so we've looked at this weather now for a week and a half, but certainly in the last couple of days to have determined that all of the activities planned for tomorrow were going to be extraordinarily difficult to achieve if being able to do at all. We are going to have rain from tonight all the way through tomorrow into tomorrow night. There were some scenarios where it might lighten up enough late in the evening or late afternoon, evening, but again, never stop and really rain all night through Friday morning. At earlier points in this week, it looked like Friday might have rain as well, but the change in the last 24 to 48 hours is that as of 9 o'clock Friday morning, for the rest of Friday, it will be cool and windy, but with no rain. And so we have made a decision that for the first time in our 13 years here, and for the first time since 1966, to move opening day off its scheduled date. So again, we are able to move to Friday all of the block party events, and again, those events benefit the Reds Community Fund, as well as all of our pregame, including hopefully a flyover, which we're in the process of getting approved to be moved, and as well as the game time in with no weather concerns, and have a fantastic, beautiful, albeit chilly, Friday opening day, where tomorrow we are almost guaranteed 100% to have a very soggy, unpleasant day that altogether likely we would have grinded through only to not get the game in to begin with. So again, we don't take this lightly. We have checked all the appropriate boxes with the league and our partners and sponsors and all those employees that work our game days, and have made this decision to move the game, we think, for the benefit of the fans and players alike. Questions? Well, we've been talking about the process of dealing with the weather for the last week and a half. The process of actually considering moving the game, we started by having a meeting that we called in our offices here just after 10 o'clock this morning, and spent a solid hour and a half breaking down all the different components and challenges, and by noon had a decision approved by the league. Absolutely, absolutely. The condition of the field, the fact that you would have had players waiting around for 6 to 8 hours only to have to bang a game at 8 or 10 o'clock tomorrow night, having tried to wait. And believe me, it wasn't but a few 4th of Julys ago that we called off a game, and I'm in my neighbor's, a friend of mine's backyard with the birds chirping and the rainbows showing up. So trust me, we do not cancel games here lightly in any regard, certainly the day before. But there is no scenario in the forecast that has it opening it up at all to get a game in tomorrow without rain. So you would be talking about starting a game in the rain if you could start it at all, which we didn't think that we could. No, but the only other scenario was to cancel the block party and all of the pregame events and hope to get a game in sometime between 6 and 10 p.m. tomorrow night. So the plan B was to cancel all of the pregame events and try to get the game in, but there are no weather forecasts that look like that was going to be possible. It is my understanding from our baseball ops crew that they had plans to use the off days and use a 4-man rotation. That will alter that, and we will pull a pitcher out of the bullpen and into the rotation, and that'll affect them for this first couple of games. So that is the only change to the pitching strategy as I understand it.
You've got people who are season ticket holders who bought tickets specifically for opening day and paid a premium for them. What do they do? What do they get?
They come Friday, and if they cannot come Friday, then they can get another game in the season of their choice. Thank you for staying one more day in Cincinnati. And I think they'll appreciate watching their team play their first game in a nice, crisp 40-degree day rather than in the soaking rain. And anybody that would pick soaking rain and maybe no game at all over a game in a 40-degree sunshine, more power to you. But we're going with the sunny, cool day instead of a soggy day that you might not get the game in.
Did you have a deadline that you felt like you had to make this call?
I would say it was kind of end of business today. Anything after that would have been irresponsible. We went with the earlier decision. It wasn't going to dynamically change over the couple hours of the afternoon. We thought trying to tell folks more like midday today rather than end of business today just allows everybody to do more of the necessary things in planning.
Is it the in-house weather people who usually handle this?
We have 5 different meteorology teams, as well as the league in New York using their own meteorologists. And so everybody has quadruple checked this thing 5 ways to Sunday. And again, there was no scenario where tomorrow opens up enough to get a game in, certainly to get a game in without rain. And so, again, we think this is better. We understand the implications. It's a holiday week. We've got a couple of different religious holidays on Friday. It should be noted that Frisch's is bringing the fish sandwich into their stand. The Roses will be selling pizzas, and our clubs will have fish offerings on the menu as well. So go to church in the morning and come on down to the game.
Are there any Good Friday events that might be affected by the game, or would affect the game?
None that I'm in charge of, but I certainly understand and respect the fact that there might be plenty of events that are affected outside of the Reds in the ball game. And again, we respectfully say apologies to those groups that we might have affected in a negative way. But again, we think we're doing the best thing for the players and the fans, and certainly all the folks that work hard to bring this block party and all those events to our Reds fans out here. And again, we think it's the best thing for everybody, and we think it's going to be an awesome Friday and a spectacular opening day versus a pretty depressing, soggy opening day had we proceeded with tomorrow's plan.
This is always a holiday in Cincinnati. You can't move any other holiday, but like you said, you want the fans to enjoy the holiday as best they can. Is that kind of what you guys consider with this?
Yeah, and for those who are going back to work Friday, I don't know that I don't prefer let's have a great day Friday and have the Saturday to recover from a great opening day Reds holiday. So again, it's not ideal, certainly not ideal to have an opening game on Good Friday of an Easter weekend, but all things considered, in particular with the weather that we've got on us this next couple of days, this was our best alternative. Absolutely, Brian Price. We also spoke to the Nationals representative before they got on the plane to come here. And again, the league is part of the requirement of any type of decision like this. And again, everybody was 100% on board with this decision. All right? Thank you.
Appreciate it.